banana. Donkey Kong, everybody. Donkey Kong Bananza is out now, available on the Switch 2 exclusively.
Only the Switch 2.
Only the Switch 2. Only the Switch 2. This game honestly should have launched with the Switch 2 because this may be one of the most ambitious 3D platformers I've ever played.
Ooh, that's saying a lot coming from Brett.
That's saying a lot. You know what I mean?
He's great at platformers.
Shut up now. Yeah. It's really, really good. So this game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, came out July 17, 2025. It is available on the Switch 2 at a launch price of $70. That is a little higher than most games, but let me tell you, whereas I regretted paying that much for Mario Kart World, I do not regret paying that much for Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear.
This game is worth every penny and then some. It is so stinking good. This is developed by Nintendo EBD, which is there's a whole bunch of weird, like Nintendo has these weird, they don't really tell you who their developers are. They don't have like names. They're not like known, like, you know how we know like freaking Arrowhead and we know like Naughty Dog. Yeah. Nintendo's just like, we have developers and you're not going to know who they are. So it eventually came out that this was like a team that worked on Super Mario Odyssey, but it's not the full team apparently. It's just like a portion of them that came out and worked on this, and they nailed this. Like I was never a big Donkey Kong guy. I love the character Donkey Kong, and I think he's really cool, but I never got into, like, I never played Donkey Kong 64 back in the, or no, I did play Donkey Kong 64, but I never sunk my teeth into it a lot.
I played the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong, the side scroller.
Oh, okay.
I fucking loved that one. Never could beat it.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, before we went to elementary school.
Oh, maybe.
Weren't you there?
Yeah, I don't know. Not in elementary school. We didn't know each other in elementary school.
I still have nightmares about that game.
Okay.
That one where you're riding the fucking monorail cart thing and you have to hit that one jump. First time I ever felt like I
played that
my
a
controller.
lot.
Yeah,
that music's classic.
Yes, it is.
So Donkey Kong, I feel like, has definitely always been the stepchild of Nintendo to like Mario being like the king of everything, you know, and the stuff, and then Donkey Kong's like the secondary character. But in this game, like, they've definitely pulled it out to where this is like a premier Nintendo title. Like, it's legit. Like, this is a full-blown experience. There's no half-done anything in there. There's a full story. There's a full set of gameplay. There's an extensive amount of content. I know some people say that you can beat this game in like 10 or 15 hours if you mainline it, but you're not doing yourself a good service by doing that. This game is probably more like a 50-60 hour game. I'm probably like 8 to 10 hours in the game right now, and I'm on sub-level 3, but there's 17 sub-levels you can navigate through. And then you guys were watching me play in that one level. That's the size of one of the 17 levels.
It's big, especially like going underground and doing everything. It's huge.
It's so huge. It's
so you're
impressive.
going down, right? Or are you going up?
Either direction. Yeah, you have a lot of. Oh, sorry, you mean like phonetically? Yeah. You started on the surface and then you drop down. And you're going down to the Earth's core, the planet's core. So the basic like kind of setup and story is Donkey Kong eventually teams up with a younger Pauline, and those of you that have played the past like Nintendo games, Pauline was the red dress girl that was singing the song in the city in Super Mario Odyssey, and then this is her younger form in here. So. She's trying to, you discover her, she was like inside of a rock, and then she comes out and it's like, oh my god, I can't sing, but you're trying to like help her get back to the surface, because if you get to the planet's core, apparently you can make a wish, and you get one wish and it'll give you whatever you want, and that wish for her is going to be to get back to the surface, to get back home and whatnot, and same for Donkey Kong. So there's this crew here, I think they're called the Void Crew, that is like the big bad, and they're a group of ragtag people that are stealing all the bananas all throughout like the planet's like core and stuff like that.
That's important.
Yeah, and they're grabbing all the bananas, and they're trying to get to the core as well because they want to get that wish also. So you're on their tail trying to catch them as you're going down deeper and deeper and deeper into the Earth's core. And it's weird how they kind of set it up because like you're underground, but like every environment is like super different and cool. Like the first one you jump into is like a lagoon that's like a water like coastal environment, but it's underground. So it's like, you know, you kind of have to suspend some disbelief a little bit as you're like playing through it. But I love the idea of the underground mechanic, because it's kind of cool where as you're going down from level to level, there's certain levels that will have like sub layers that are like each layer that you go through is called 100, 200, 300 as you go deeper and deeper. And then sometimes you'll go from like 100 to like 101, 102, because there's multiple layers to that level. And then when you then drop into a new sub layer, you drop through a big, huge like pipe drilled down in the ground, or a hole that drilled in the ground to drop to the next big chunk of a layer. And then eventually you unlock these elevators that allow you to go back up and down if you want to go back and explore previous layers you were in before.
No fall damage?
There is fall damage. Wait, no. Is there fall damage?
I don't know.
Yes, there. Well, if you fall off the map, you respawn.
Okay.
So yeah,
but
so
there's like no health, like you don't die or anything.
There is health. There is health. Yeah. So there is health, but I don't remember I don't think you die from like fall. I haven't like jumped off the side of a cliff onto like
onto like an actual ground.
I think you're fine with that. But if you fall off the edge of the map, you have these balloons that you collect a set of balloons, and if you have those equipped, the balloons will bring you back up. Yeah. No fall damage. The balloons will bring you back up onto the main ground.
Okay, so if you fall off something that like off the side of the map where you're not supposed to be, a balloon will pick you up and take you back. Got it.
Until you run out of balloons. But there's so many balloons in here. That's part of the benefit of like digging through. And that's like the big thing of this game is that you're Donkey Kong and you have a lot of power, and the entire game is built with destructible environments. And so therefore everything's voxel based and breakable. You can smash terrain, you can dig through it, stack it, throw it, shape it, all these different things you can do with the terrain mechanics, and like literally almost everything can be destroyed. Now there are limitations in the map, because if you open up like the map, there's like a 3D map where you can look around and see what the environment looks like. There is like a metal like bottom to every map, so you can't just like dig and then just like fall through the map, or like you can't just like dig all the way down until you get to the core. Like that's not going to happen because you're inside of a level that's got a bounding
foundation
box. Yeah. And you also have an edge, so you can eventually dig out to the edge of the map and then like go off the edge. So there is a limit to it, but there's still so much that can be dug and explored and stuff like that. Like the opening level is this like crater area, and it's just like you're inside of a big ass cave, and you can like literally. It reminds me of Deep Rock Galactic. You know how tedious it was to like dig through holes in that game. This one I'm just like banana, and I start powering through the freaking walls and stuff, and just got bum 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 bum, and then you get you unlock skill points. That the skill points can be used to upgrade your character, to upgrade Donkey Kong, and upgrade Pauline, who is your sidekick, and also upgrade your Bananza form, which gives you more higher power. So collecting the bananas gives you a legitimate like upgrade. By collecting 5 bananas, you unlock 1 skill point, and you can then use those skill points to purchase upgrades to enhance your character. One of the most obvious ones is like increased strength. So then you can start breaking through more intense walls with your Donkey Kong. Or you have this thing called a sonar that you do a hand slap and just like slap the ground, or slap your hands or whatever, and then it like creates a sonar burst out in the area and can show you where there's like items like within your vicinity. And also that hand slap collects the gold within your circle, so instead of you having to like run over every little thing, you just hand slap and it picks everything up around you, which is kind of cool. You can tear walls off of, or tear rock off of walls. You can pick up the dirt. You can pick up anything and create like a thing that you're holding, and you can use that to then attack people with it, or use it to like smash through the walls faster with like a big old rock. You can use a stone on stone to like smash through.
Can't you use it for platforms as well?
You can use it for platforms, yes. You can stick it on the walls and like have it kind of become a platform. You can also climb all the walls. So this game has like kind of the freedom of, it's very much kind of like a melding of like Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, in that it's got the freedom and flexibility of a Breath of the Wild with a Super Mario Odyssey platforming like tightness to it. So like, Odyssey was so good at like really smart platforming elements that were strewn out throughout the whole entire map, and also discovery of new things everywhere. Was like there was a lot of satisfaction of like finding new stuff, finding coins and gems and like all the different collectibles. And this one, there's so much instant gratification that happens so frequently. Like, you pound through a freaking wall, and in the 1 minute you're going to collect like a couple hundred gold. You're going to find a couple random chests in there, and the chests sometimes will either give you more gold, or they'll give you maps that give you the location of a fossil or a banana. And so bananas, as I mentioned, are due to the skill points, but the fossils are really cool when you discover those. There's a lot of fossils in every map. It's like 50 or 60 probably in each map, sometimes more, sometimes less. You use fossils to purchase outfits for your character. So that's your currency for buying stuff.
And each outfit has a passive ability.
Correct. Yes. So you can early on you're limited with what you can buy. You like every major layer you go to will eventually have a store where you can go buy stuff from the store. And in that store, there's like you can buy a tie, you can buy trousers, or you can buy I think a shirt too. And then when you get Pauline, you can buy an outfit for her. And all of those give you a passive ability, such as like one of the ones I have now is like plus 10% swimming. And then plus 30% range from my sonar. So in addition to my skill point upgrades that increase the range, I also can add outfits that increase the range even further, which kind of helps to kind of like maximize that potential there.
Can you customize the color of those particular outfits, or is just
you can buy different outfits that have different colors, but the stats are tied to those.
To that.
So right now I haven't seen a way to like transmog it, I guess, where you can like change the color of that one thing. But you can also change the color of Donkey Kong if you want to. You can paint him to be like white or blue or whatever. That doesn't give you a stat boost. It's just like a color change.
Cosmetic.
Yeah. And then the ones that have the stat boost, which is kind of cool. So if you buy a tie that gives you like your plus 20% swimming, you can pay more fossils, higher rarity fossils, to unlock an upgraded version of that up to like, I think 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
So there's like upgrades to the existing clothing items and stuff like that as well, which is pretty cool.
So how are the levels transition from, or I guess how are the 3 levels different from each other? Like, does it seem like a progression, like you actually are going to the center of the earth, or?
No, it's pretty random in my mind. Like, it's not like a clear, because the first one the first place you start in is like the mining town, and then you drop down into, and this is more like the tutorial area, and then you drop down into the lagoon area, which is like shipping center, I guess, where there's like a bunch of like ships and stuff carrying cargo containers, but it's also like on the edge of the water, so there's a lot of like water layering and stuff like that and tropicalness to it. And then the next one was called the hilltop layer, which a hilltop layer is just a giant hilltop, which this one is like the ultimate for like this game, because it's a big, huge hill, but you can dig through the entire freaking hill. So you basically just like spend a lot of your time underground, like digging through that stuff. And it's a smaller map, but like it's literally just like a playground for just like digging and finding stuff. And then the one I just got to is called the Canyon Land, which is like the canyon, like a Arizona kind of canyon kind of space. So there hasn't yet been like consistency. I do believe, I think I've heard people talk about once you get to the end game, or like towards the end, there gets to be a more thematic kind of like, oh, you're near the Earth's core kind of situation.
Gotcha.
But right now it's just kind of, I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to like what you're doing in the areas. But I like that they're very varied. You know, nothing feels like you go from place to place and it's like you're in a completely different environment that opens up a new set of mechanics. Like the hilltop area, for example, its main goal was to introduce you to turf surfing. So you can pick up a rock or dirt or whatever and then press a button to jump on top of it, and it spins around and you can like go faster across the land. And you can press Y to speed it up to go faster and faster. Based on the material, the durability of the material, it'll start to get smaller and smaller to the point where it runs out. It's not an infinite like ride, like a vehicle. So like if you get stone, it'll last longer, but eventually as it spins, it's like losing its stuff. But like dirt will like get you like 5 feet kind of thing, but then stone can last longer. But you can use that to like get around the map a little bit faster. So that's what the hilltop area was for, was like testing what that was. So I like that there's like kind of a component, like a learning ability to each area that introduces you to a new technique. Like this canyon one, I think is gonna be big for like, I just unlocked the first Bananza ability, which the Bananza is this like superpower ultimate ability that you get where the one right now makes me like Super Kong, where I can just like bust through walls like a lot faster and heavier. Pauline starts singing a song, and that like revs up freaking Donkey Kong and makes him like supercharged. And then he has a charge punch where he can like charge his fists and pound through a wall and make a big giant freaking hole in the side of the wall, and you can just like run that until your little bar runs out.
Yeah.
Which all of that can be upgraded too. So you can upgrade the time the bar lasts, you can upgrade the charge jump, you can upgrade all that stuff, and then you just collect gold to replenish that meter, which happens incredibly quickly.
Isn't there different Bananza modes like you can find, right?
Yeah, I haven't uncovered the other ones yet, but there's a zebra mode, which I think the zebra mode will let you increase your speed. There's an ostrich for like gliding through the air, so like a little flying, and then there's the giant gorilla, which is a strength one.
Is there any side quests in each map?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Those challenge areas, right?
Oh, there's challenge areas.
Challenge areas. Yeah. Right. So when you enter in an area, you have you find a person and you talk to them, and they say like,
"Wait, this is Tears of the Kingdom."
Yeah. Here. Right. Yeah.
The second level.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sublayer 100.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Tears of the Kingdom, straight up, you know. Yeah, it's an interesting, like you meet somebody, you meet like whatever the creatures are of that land. The first one are these like monkeys that have like, you know, they look like a biker gang almost. I don't know, they got their hair slicked back, and I don't know, they're interesting characters, but they got like little biker jackets going on and stuff. But you meet them and they tell you like what their issue is on this layer.
Yeah.
And then you go about doing that quest for them. But as you're traveling through, you might meet somebody random who's like, "Oh, I need you to help me get this thing from this hole," or whatever it might be. Or you'll run into a room, like a little, like the triangle challenge course thing, where if you see that, you just hold down a button to sing a song. And when you sing that song, it erases the void tape, and then you can go into it and it creates a challenge course. They can collect bananas. And then there's other times where there's like a single challenge course that is one banana, and you're basically fighting enemies, and you have to fight the enemies in a certain timer. And then once you do that, you unlock a banana gem, and then and then those are usually like pound hole, like that's a hole that you find, you just pound into, and then it lets you open up into that arena.
Just like every hole, like pounding into it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that. Yeah, there you go. Right. That's what she said, I guess.
Whoa. What are you talking about, Brett?
I mean, that's what you're going
I'm
for.
friggin' like, I really want to play this game like a lot, too. But I don't want to buy a fucking Switch 2. That's my only issue.
But it's so worth it, man.
It is.
Switch 2 is so good now.
What fucking other games am I going to play on the goddamn Switch 2?
Like Brett said, this should have came out as the starting
launch
game
title, yeah.
Like the launch title. And I probably would have kept my Switch because I actually got it and returned it.
Yeah.
And it's like, now that I see it, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to play this.
Oh, that's right. You did get the Switch too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's actually on sale at Best Buy right now.
Really?
That's on the recording. Oh, it's not on sale.
Oh,
like, you can buy it. Right?
You can buy it there.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw the actual Switches available.
And that's the thing. I don't know what, like, even if I got a Switch 2, right? Like, future endeavors, what other games would I play on it? You know?
They have the Metroid Prime.
I wasn't big on Metro.
I mean, I think it's going to be...
This is the first-person shooter one.
Yeah, I know. I'm not big on that one.
Right. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's kind of a wait and see, honestly, because I feel like there's going to be... Next month, they're bringing out Drag X Drive, which is like, you know, that may be good, that may be a bust. You know, we'll see. But they seem like they have a steady stream of like a new game per month that's coming out on the system to help make the system worthwhile. You know, so like Mario Kart World, like I mentioned, like actually if y'all got Mario Kart World, like it'd be fun for us to play together. It's just like once you beat it all like solo, it's like I'm not gonna sit there and play multiplayer races with a bunch of randos, you know. I want to play with my friends in that game. So and there's also, again, there wasn't a lot to do in the world. Like there's like this game has so much to do in the world,
a lot, man,
to explore and find, and it's incredible how much they crammed into. Like I spent so much time just exploring that first like lagoon level, and I like went for like every little nook and cranny and thing I could find, and you always, if you just start digging through a wall, like you're gonna stumble upon like a cavern that has a banana in it or something. You're gonna get some value out of it.
I do like my bananas.
Yeah. And the reward is so like instantly gratifying all the time. Like it never stops rewarding you for exploration, which, you know me, I mean, I've talked about these open world games for a year, which this is not open world really, but open world games, like I don't enjoy them because I don't feel like I feel like it's a slog to get through the world and explore and find things. And if like I do find things, there's not a lot there. Yeah. But this one is just like, it's just numbers going up. And
this one's tight. It's very tight.
So tight, yeah.
But still, it's so tight, pounding holes. It's like tight, right? But it's like still you have this massive above surface, and then you can still go underground and find random shit. Yeah. Sitting here watching Brett play this morning, I was just like, wow, this was a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Oh yeah.
And then the ability to like dig through all these, destroy this whole entire map as much as you want to a like extent, because there's certain metal things that'll stop you, and then you can reset the map itself, the terrain, so you can go right back and still collect have everything collected. I like that because I was concerned that the terrain will change over time. Like I just destroyed this, I walked away for like a couple minutes, came back, and it rebuilt up. But according to Brett, it just stays there, and you're the one that resets it. And I watched this one guy just tear down this whole entire building because it was like a temple of some sort. He's just like, I'm going to attempt to destroy this. Good waste of a Saturday. He wasted all day just trying to destroy it. Wipe it out.
I mean, that's one of the most impressive, I think. I mean, this game is such a technical achievement in like game design because everything works so well together. Yeah. Like I can climb anything. It's like in Breath of the Wild. Like Breath of the Wild, you can you see it, you can climb it. Yeah. In this way, it's the only time I can't climb it is if there's water falling down the side of it, which or naturally it's not going to work. Liquid. You know? Yeah, slick liquid or whatever. But it's like, and you can grab pretty much everything. You can, destroy most everything. Like it's just the fact that they were able to build like design things to do and discover in a way that progresses you through the mission in a logical way, but then you can like literally like it's kind of like in a D&D situation where it's like you have a path that you're planning for your players and they're going to diverge from that path. So how do you kind of prepare for all those things? Yeah. They kind of did that in this where it's like I very easily did not follow the path that they had laid out for me. Because I just in the canyon level, it's like instead of me going straight across, I opened up into this canyon level. There's a mine cart in front of me. It's basically telling me, Brett, go on that mine cart and get out of this cave. Yeah. I was like, fuck you, I'm going straight down. I started digging down, and I dug down, and I was rewarded with a banana, and like right below me. So they were like, oh, we know if you don't listen to us, like we're going to give you something for doing something else, you know? And I was just like, that's so smart how and it wasn't hard for me to find. It was just like a quick little like nugget of like, oh, that did give me, there's that dopamine hit that just got me really excited to keep going and going and going. Mm-hmm. And it just, like, it keeps getting better. Like I thought I was going to get bored of this like smashing stuff, of like, oh, it's going to get kind of slow after a while. But it hasn't. It just gets more fun and exciting because I get stronger and better at like destroying shit.
Yeah, I saw a twitch in your eye when you were fucking running through everything.
I was like, oh man,
bananas.
Banana. Oh, yeah. They also have a menu system. I know that Jason didn't love the menu system.
It's like an Excel sheet.
It's like an Excel sheet. But so you can pull up. So, this game is largely collectible stuff, right? So whenever you open up your pause menu, there's a collections button you can go to. And then in the collections button, there's 3 tabs. One tab is for your fossils or your bananas. So it'll tell you a list of every banana gem you've discovered. And then also a list of what you haven't discovered. So in this area, I have 65 bananas I haven't found yet. Yeah. And then there's another tab for fossils that shows you how many fossils you've discovered. So like how many more you need to collect. And then the third tab is for your amount of different types of terrains you've destroyed. And you get achievements in the game for doing that. So obviously dirt is going to be the biggest one because dirt's everywhere. Yeah. But you see like a line, like a bar graph of like all the shit you've destroyed. And you can kind of like look at like, oh man, I've done a lot of damage to this, but not a lot to this. And I don't know, it's just kind of interesting that they have that depth of data in there for you to explore and see in the game. So story-wise, as I mentioned basically the majority of the story. It's just you're with Pauline, you're trying to get to this Earth's core, and you're fighting off the Void Crew, right? There is a co-op to this game, which I did not even realize until recently.
Fucking fun. Is it split screen?
No. So, well, actually, I don't think so because I haven't seen people play the co-op.
Yeah.
But the co-op is somebody plays Donkey Kong and somebody's controlling Pauline. So Pauline's on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So Pauline has the ability to emit explosive projectiles or assist DK destructively. So I think she can like do stuff to like
blow she's like a turret on top of his shoulder.
Kind of, I think, yeah.
Dang, dude! Didn't Mario Odyssey do that?
I think so. Like you can play
as the Cappy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I thought they did.
No, I think you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll have to look that one up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're right. The only negatives I found with this game are sometimes the camera can get a little weird, but honestly, with how much freedom you have in this game, they did a damn good job with this camera system. Because like once you start digging underground, they show you kind of like a cross section view of the ground, so you can see the hole you're in. But you can also see shit around it, especially if there's like a floor to the map. They show you like kind of a 3D cutout view, so you have a better idea of what's around you and your proximity, so you can kind of like guide yourself, so you're not just like digging through a hole with no sense of direction, basically. So I appreciate that aspect. And
I feel like Nintendo's always bad with camera views, if you want me to be honest.
Yeah, but this one's good. I mean, for overall, it's like pretty solid, for how much like they have to work with it. Like they did a really good job designing this camera to guide you in most cases, to show you what you need to be seeing on screen. A few times it gets weird, but it's like I can't expect it to be like 100% perfect,
Plus, I feel like this is a perfect game for a kid.
100%, dude. Yeah.
Mario Odyssey did have co-op.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Played as Cappy.
Perfect.
Which was kind of like weird.
I feel like just being support, like that means you're not playing a lot.
Oh, you get to throw it to a child and be like, here you go. If they want to,
watch me play. Help me out every so often.
Help me out here. Throw your cap this way, son.
Yeah.
Hold the flashlight still. Again.
That's how I used to play games. How much can you piss off Dad?
There's also a mode in this game that I did not play, but there's even like, remember when they had the Direct? There's like a mode you can do that's called DK Artist Mode.
Oh, that's cool.
Or you can like sculpt shit
out of dirt.
Yeah, which reminds me of like the old days when you played Super Mario Odyssey. Remember, you could like mold, or not Super Mario 64.
You can
mold his face.
Mario's face.
It kind of reminds me of that, except like a modern day version of like you can like fully sculpt it, But I just think it's crazy that it's like, in addition to all this other stuff that's in the game, it's like you can have a pretty legit like sculpting tool to like model 3D faces and stuff as like, just because, why not, and there's a photo mode, so you can like take advantage of photo mode. But yeah, man, I mean, this game is
game of the year.
Is really good. I don't know if it's gonna be game of the year for me. I mean, Clair Obscur is still, because for me, like, game of the year needs to check all the boxes, right? Yeah. And this one, like, Nintendo inherently doesn't usually have like a dense story, and like the story in Clair Obscur for me was so solid, and the gameplay was solid, the music was solid. The music in Donkey Kong also is very good. It's not for everybody. It's like, but it's it's Donkey, but it's good music. Like it's really well designed and well produced, and they've had this whole jazzy vibe they've been going down with Nintendo lately, and this one definitely has some of that going on. But this will be in my top 3 for sure.
Probably best platformer, I would say.
Oh yeah
of this year.
I would argue too that I may like this better than Astrobot.
I was about to ask you if you liked it better than Astrobot.
Yeah, as much as I loved Astrobot, like the creativity in this game, it's like Nintendo nails it. I mean, Asobo Studio or whatever. Was it Asobo? I think that did Astrobot. They did a great job. That's a fantastic game, but like this one, I think is a better game overall.
Well, that's what I like to see, improvement in games like this. You know what I mean? Slight improvements, better. Like, I'm not surprised Nintendo knocked it out of the park with this one.
And it makes me excited for the Switch too. I mean, like, I wasn't excited with it when I got it, but this is like, I've played nothing but my Switch 2 the last week. Like, I've just been in this game like since I got it, and I'm loving it.
It looks great on handheld. Looks great on 4K.
100%. Yeah, looks great on 4K handheld. I haven't had any. I've read that there's been some people with some performance issues. I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm also not sitting there playing the game for like 6-7 hours straight, like on my handheld or plugged in. I'm playing it for like 2-3 hour sprints, if that.
Yeah.
So it's been running great for me. And it boots. I mean, it's nice to have a Switch console that like doesn't hiccup and doesn't have slow menus and like just works, and this amount of density like to this world and like how technically like evolved it is, like I mean this could not work on a standard Switch. It would fall apart so fast. So it's nice to see it nice to see something properly fit for this device. So yeah, it's my thoughts on Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Cool.
Fantastic game.
Buy the Switch.
Buy the Switch too.
Yeah. And I dropped off of Odyssey actually, and I'm like, this one so far I haven't lost any interest in it, and I think it's just because of how much freedom I have. Yeah, but next podcast. Yeah, see what happens. But
I just think the way that the game's designed with mechanics just makes it more fun. I always had problems with throwing Cappy. I always felt like you couldn't get it or wouldn't go the right direction, and the different things you had to do with him was
That's
just
why
like
you had to play 2-player.
That's true. Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Super Mario Odyssey. There's like, in most cases, there's a very specific way you have to platform to get to that thing. In this one, there's a lot of options. You're not, even though there's a path that they want you to take. There's other ways in most cases that you can do to overcome maybe your shortcomings in like a double jump or whatever it might be. You can still get around and find your ways to get to things, which I really like a lot. So Donkey Kong Bonanza, it is out now, $70, worth the price, not gonna lie. It's great, love it.
Nice.
So fun.
Only game that's worth it on the Nintendo Switch too.
100%.